Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I hope you have gone through the first module, which is discussing about the basics of robotics and robots and types of robot, history of robot. So it's a very basic module which has almost all the basics to get started with robotics. Okay, so we just read the second module, and in this module we are planning to discuss about how to build a robot. Okay, how to build a robot, what are the different stages that we have to go through for building a robotic system. That is the main goal of the module 2. Okay, and in this module we will be discussing different phases as I mentioned, and then after the overview of these phases we will be seeing individual phases in detail. Okay, so you will get an idea how we can build and deploy a robot from scratch. Okay, yes, so let's dive into it. So how to build a robot and how to build a robotic system, meaning a robot is not only like sensors, computers, or actuators. It does have many components, like it does have electrical components, it is having mechanical components. Okay, so it's a mix of many things, right? So we are going to check how we can build a robot. Okay, so in the next slide, you can find different stages that we have to go through for for building a robot. Not only building, for deploying a robot. Okay, so let's start with it. So before building any robot or any project, the first thing that we need is the requirements, right? If you created a software or if you build anything, you will have some blueprint before getting started, right? Like set of requirement. Like for example, the robot can able to move autonomously. It may be a wheeled robot. It should carry this much of weight, okay, payload, and maybe it may be an indoor robot or an outdoor robot. I mean, it can vary. The requirements can vary, and the requirements may be based on the application that we are going to implement using this robot. So I can take an application like food delivery robot. Okay, food delivery robot, and maybe an indoor robot which can able to deliver food inside an office. Okay, imagine that is the requirement, and in the requirement there can be budget as well. This is a maximum budget that is allotted, and this robot size should be this. I mean, each and every detail that should be in the requirement. So from my experience, like when a client approaches, he will be or he or she will be coming up with a set of requirement. It may not be too detailed, so I will be reaching the back for iterating the requirement and getting adding more details into the requirement. So more requirement detail, the better will be the project. Okay, so that is the idea. Okay, so the first phase is collecting the requirement. Okay, if you're doing a project, then you will have an idea, right? You are going to build an autonomous robot or food delivery robot. So based on that idea, you should document it. What are the things that we have to do with it? So all this belongs to the requirement. And after getting the requirement, what's next? The very important stage in building a robot, which is designing of the robot. Designing is actually involving many things. Okay, it involves what are the components that can be used, what is the shape of the robot, what is the weight of the robot, what is the torque of the motors. I mean, each and every details. Okay, the shape of the robot, the sensors, actuators, then the computer that we have to use, then the 2D sketch of the robot. Each and every detail should be there in the designing. So designing is the blueprint of a robot. It will have everything. And the designing phase is actually tough from my experience. It will take a lot of time. And if the requirement changes, the design will also changes. Okay, if the requirement changes, the design also, we have to make some changes, modification, and that can happen. So like when the client approaches, he will have set of requirement, and when we start the designing, there is again a chance that like the client may change the requirement, so we have to go back again, like we have to do the designing again. Okay, so after designing, we will get an idea what are the sensor we have to use, what are the actuators that we have to use, what are the computer that we have to use, the mechanical components, whether we have to do the 3D printing, or what are the minute details in the robot we can understand. Okay, that is the phase called designing. And after designing, we will be recreating the model in a 3D software, 3D CAD model software. You maybe heard about different 3D CAD modeling software like Fusion 360, SolidWorks, CATIA. I mean, there are multiple modeling 3D CAD modeling tools available. So it is kind of a recreation of the robot model in this CAD tools. Okay, and this CAD model will have very minute details of the robot structure. Okay, there are multiple purpose for doing this 3D modeling. The 3D model will be a virtual model, right? So using this 3D model, we can actually use this for prototyping. I mean, we can use these 3D parts and we can do the 3D printing for building this robot. Okay, we will not directly do that. Okay, we will not directly do that. After 3D modeling, the next phase is simulation. Okay, simulation. I hope you heard about simulation. Simulation is like we are making the robot move or work in a virtual environment. That is a simulator. Okay, so after getting the 3D model of the robot, which contain minute details of the robot and including the kinematics, dynamics, I mean all the details of the robot. And using this 3D model, we are going to simulate it in a simulator called maybe Gazebo, Copilot Sim, VRAP, Isaac Sim. There are multiple simulators available. Okay, there are free and paid simulators available. So we will be taking this model and then simulate it in the simulator. Okay, and then we will get to know how this robot actually work in the simulation. This is very important because we are iterating or we are making our design working in the simulation. Okay, this is a great way of validating our robot design, whether it work or it will not work. Okay, so after doing the simulation, we will get an idea like what are the things that we have to change, whether the motor parameters or the inertial parameter. I mean, there are multiple parameters that we will be seeing in detail in the upcoming video. So in the simulation, we will get an idea, and then sometime we have to go back to the designing because we have to change the design to make the simulation working. Okay, so simulation is mainly for like iterating our design. Not only that, we can even start the software development of the robot using simulation. Okay, that is the next step. I will be coming back to that. So the simulation, using simulation, we can iterate the design, and if there are any problem with the design, we can reiterate the design and do the 3D model and do the simulation. Okay, so after doing the successful simulation, we can use the simulation for software development of the robot. Okay, meaning you can write the software for the robot using the simulation. That's where the ROS 2 is actually coming to the picture. You can use any programming language or any framework. So ROS 2 is one of the framework that we can use for developing applications or software for robots. Okay, you can start developing the software from the simulation itself. You don't need to wait for the actual hardware to manufacture. Okay, so from simulation, anyone can set up the simulation in their computer and start developing the software. And in between, if the simulation is successful, we will start the fabrication. That is what's showing here. We can start the 3D printing, okay, because we do have the 3D model which is accurate, okay, that we got from iterating from simulation. These phase, we got the 3D model which is stable, and then we will be starting the prototyping. Okay, so we can do the software development, and also we can start the 3D printing or the fabrication or CNC, whatever. We can fabricate the parts of the robot. Okay, and then along with the 3D printing, we can also like procure the component, the hardware component, electronics, electrical, I mean all these things along with this. Okay, and once we procure all the components and everything, we will be assembling it and testing it. Okay, so once the hardware is completed, we can use the simulation software that we have already developed. We can test it on the actual hardware, but maybe we have to make some modification while working on the actual hardware, but the changes are not that high. Okay, we can reuse most of the software that we have written um, during the software development in the hardware. Okay, and the simulation also, like, you can test a lot of scenarios without having a hardware. Okay, that is a flexibility that a simulation is offering to us. So this software development is mainly carried out by framework like ROS2, Python, C++. I mean, any programming language we can use. ROS2 is one of the famous framework. And then finally, we will be reusing the components of the software development for the hardware. We will be testing it, deploying it, and the final product. Okay, so this is the stages that I have gone through in my career, like how I am actually building a robotic system. When I am getting a client requirement, I will be going through all these phases and coming back with the complete hardware. Okay, and there are some situations where the client doesn't want the hardware, he only need the simulation and the software. So we will be doing up to this, like we will be designing it, 3D modeling it, simulating, and then do the software development. That's it. Okay, and there are some occasion like the client may have the complete robot with him, so that we don't need to prototype or something. We can directly start the hardware integration, hardware and software integration using ROS or something. Sometimes I will also suggest him to create a simulator so that we can develop the application without the need of a hardware. Okay, so these are the important stages that I personally gone through while designing a robotic system. So hope you got an idea about how we can build a robotic system. Okay, so we will be seeing details of this diagram in the upcoming videos. Okay, thank you for watching the video. So see you in the next video. Thank you.